Good morning and welcome to episode 97 of the Dumb Marks podcast. This week we got Donald and Jason here with me. We're doing the Trios Championship Edition. Steve's out sick this week, so hopefully he feels better and gets back soon. Donald, Jason, how you guys doing this morning?
Tired.
Good.
Tired?
Good. Mm-hmm.
Last night we kept you up too late for the SummerSlam predictions, huh?
Then I woke up early and then took another nap.
Tired. Even tired. Yep.
We're gonna try to get you some hard hitting information today. So Donald, why don't you kick us off with some gaming news?
All right, a couple things in the gaming world that was released this week. GTA 6. They had a couple leaks come out, and the info is that the lead character for GTA 6 will be a female this time around, and she is going to be the main part of a pair that's going to act like Bonnie and Clyde in this game. So this is confirmed by Rockstar themselves that this is going on.
What version is this of it?
GTA 6.
6?
Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm, yeah, the 6 one. So people's already mad about it, of course, because it's a female lead in the GTA. Mm-hmm. They're doing hashtag not my GTA. So, so we know how this is. And welcome to the gaming world again. Always mad about something.
Always.
Always.
What did you say a couple weeks ago? Gaming fans and wrestling fans, one and the same.
One and the same. Yep. Two sides of the same coin. Mm-hmm. Also with GTA, their main location is going to be a city that is similar to Miami. So basically think of Vice City back on the PS2, just bigger. So they're going to do all of that stuff and their surrounding communities and everything. Not name Miami, but you get what I mean. Yeah. They also said over time, also too, they're going to add new cities to it. So either DLC or they're not sure if they're going to do by DLC or they're going to do it within the game when the game progresses. You'll be able to go to an airport and fly to like Liberty City or San Andreas and do the same stuff there in their city. So it's almost going to be like almost a whole universe collected together in all of GTA.
Another way to hold that game relevant. Another 10 years.
10 years? You'd be like 30 years?
I mean,
is that how long it's been since the game?
5 generations.
Yeah, Grand Theft 5 been out since like any iteration since 2005, I think.
Jeez.
Or something like that. Yeah, 2008. I think somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. So Rockstar, man, they get longevity out of their games, especially with Grand Theft. Mm-hmm.
Do they do like patches on the game, like where they update them and do?
Okay. Yeah, like online play.
The online play is patched, but the regular single player is the same. From what I know, they might drop a couple more missions, like DLC wise. Okay. But they keep it going. And also, they said with the game too, you'll be able to access more of the inside parts of the buildings. So a big problem with GTA is you see all these buildings around the city and everything, but you can't access the insides of them. It's always been like an outdoor game, but now you can go in some of these buildings that they're going to have on there.
Rob the coffee shop, rob the bank.
Mm-hmm. Like actually go in the gun store and buy, stuff you need. Yeah, just not go to the outside and just do what you need to do there. Like actually go in it.
Okay.
And stuff. So that's the GTA stuff that came out this week. Also, what came out is Resident Evil 9 leaks. Not from Capcom, but just from very solid sources, saying the working title for Resident Evil 9 is going to be Resident Evil Apocalypse. So the last couple games they did, Resident Evil 7 was Biohazard, Resident Evil 8 was Village. This one is going to be Resident Evil Apocalypse. Okay. So somewhere in Apocalypse is going to be either the Roman numeral 9 or, just like a 9 figure to say that is the 9th iteration of this Resident Evil. They said the setting is going to be in a ghost town in like the western part of PA. I mean, the western part of the United States. And it's going to include caves, a river, a small town, and campsites to investigate.
We're getting merchants. What do you get my eye in?
They had a bunch of other unconfirmed leaks too in it, saying something like there's not going to be no map. And whenever you go into the woods, you can actually get lost in there. There's not going to be no rail system that take you through this, take you through that. that like wooded area is going to be almost like open world-ish. So if you get lost, you got to find your way back to the campsite or the small town itself. Saying that ghouls or the monsters could appear behind you, but when you turn around, the monsters ain't going to be there. So it's playing with your mind and all that stuff. So those are like going to be. So
what they got to do with zombies?
Who knows? And, this is still a part of the trilogy with 7 and 8. So they're going off of that storyline there.
Getting into supernatural stuff.
Also from EA, we have that they are in development of a Black Panther open world game. So not sure the timeline when that's going to be out or anything. So that's pretty cool from them. I didn't even know they had a Marvel license for EA to do that.
Anytime I hear EA, I just think of South Park.
And then the final gaming thing I had that I saw late last night was Madden 23. They have a hotline number. So you could call this number and complain about player ratings. Or if players are too good, you could call. And if they take in consideration like enough calls, you can nerf that player, like drop the ratings. Or if a weaker player is not that is good, but they don't have the ratings, you could complain about that. And there's enough consideration on that, they'll up their ratings.
If you have that much time on your hands, call the 1-800 number. Bitch about some Madden.
And then they'll say that they'll take any other complaints about the game and all that stuff too. Like they'll hear you, but if they do it or not.
It sounds like they're going to be hiring a customer support team.
Be like work chat session. Hey, here.
Jason, I suggest you apply. What do you want? I want to complain about this. You got too much time on your hands. Bye.
Look, the game is done.
Yeah, so that's mind blowing there. But I wonder is the call going to be free or not? Because EA.
Microtransaction.
Yep. That one call is $5.
It's going to be a 976 number.
What's the text fees? Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man? How you doing today?
Yeah. So that's all gaming world. Interesting week.
Sounds like it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last week we came off of Comic-Con. Jason, I know you'll be interested. Donald, you're into comics, so it's a story for you. This November is going to be the 30th anniversary of the Death of Superman story.
I don't remember being 10. When that dropped out, I don't remember being
I remember being in 4th grade, but that's it doesn't feel like 30 years. That's for sure.
It doesn't.
So they're going to be coming out with some special editions in November. There's going to be a few different editions coming out, so definitely might pick those up. And I kind of got back into comics a few years ago whenever DC was changing some stuff up when they renumbered everything again, like they call it like the New 52. But I got back out of it. Just stories weren't keeping my attention that much. Didn't really see it, but I might pick these up. It's the story that got me into comics in the first place. So,
yeah, I never was a DC person. So whenever I first heard about Superman dying, I was like, "Wow, this is interesting." Never read the comic or anything like that. Just had people tell me about it. This is pre-internet days.
Yeah,
back then. Yeah, so I had to have friends tell me about it, and it was like, "This is an interesting story."
It was.
Mm-hmm.
Good story. I think they've done two cartoon animated films on it already. Kind of like when DC first started getting it in heavily into animated, that was what kicked them off. And then they did a 2-parter recently too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'd love to see an actual movie like when we saw Man of Steel or Batman versus Superman. They brought in Doomsday. It's no, this isn't Doomsday. It's a big issue I had with that movie. It's not how the character goes, and you're not going to just do the character quick like that. I want to see a legit, complete Death of Superman story in a film sometime. Yeah, I mean, it's a lot like a soap opera. No one's ever really dead.
I told my mother, she was like, he's not dead.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You can't kill Superman. I'm like,
Oh yes, Nathan, I am all on that.
you shouldn't even put that comment up. Sorry, Nathan.
I got a crew together, and we're all going to see that
This August.
You might have seen my face when that initially popped up because
I never got into Dragon Ball. So.
We'll bring it up on Superman.
Yeah, because whenever that comic, Death of Superman came out, I was heavily into X-Men then.
Okay.
When that time, yeah, like heavily into X-Men.
And I think like growing up, like friends that I had, and I think it still kind of goes that way in comics. Like I got into DC, like Superman. You know, that first I watched, Superman's kind of like what I stuck with. Never got into the Marvel stuff. And it was even like watching on TV. Like I watched Superman the animated series. I watched Batman animated series. Would watch occasionally the X-Men and Spider-Man, but didn't watch those as much as I watched the DC cartoons. So it's like, but friends that I knew that were into Marvel, like comic books, they watched those series more than they watched the DC series. So was that the way you guys were too, or did you watch everything? Or
I watched. Well, I wasn't Marvel, like particularly Marvel, just X-Men. But I remember the X-Men cartoon, the animated one that came on Fox. I was heavily into that, and then I went back and read the comics for X-Men. Yeah.
Is that starting next year?
Yes.
97, is that coming out in 2023?
Yeah. And it seems like they're following the Uncanny X-Men storyline, where Professor X is gone and Magneto is actually the leader of the X-Men.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I saw the image that they put on a Comic-Con. You know, they didn't show any footage. They just showed like an image of like all the characters. They all look the same. So they're definitely going to stay true to the animation, it looks like.
Yeah. It was a good thing.
Yeah.
Keep it consistent.
It was a popular show, so.
Anything you're interested in seeing coming off of the trailers that all dropped?
I mean, definitely Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yeah. Black Panther's probably the only one I'm like really invested in.
Yeah.
Will be invested in.
That and Black Adam.
Yeah. I was invested in Black Adam more just because of The Rock. I know that it's not going to suck because it's The Rock. So
Shazam didn't bring me in anymore. It already had.
Did they release a Shazam trailer?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I'll have to check that out.
I think everybody's tuning in for one of the sisters. So
I like and I've said it before, the first Shazam movie was actually a DC movie that I really enjoyed. Like, I wasn't expecting that. Like, I thought they did a really good job with that. So, all right, you guys got anything else for the? Cool. No. Anything else for the intro? You know, we still got a lot of heavy wrestling stuff, so let's get right into bell to bell. All right, if you guys didn't tune in last night, we did our SmackDown watch along, did our SummerSlam predictions. So go back and check that out. You can watch it on Twitch, on YouTube, or go ahead and listen on all your favorite podcast platforms. I didn't see any more matches get announced. The only thing that I did see is a rumor this morning that it looks like Seth and Dolph Ziggler might wrestle.
Nobody wants that.
So that could get added, but it hasn't been officially announced yet.
I want to see it. Match-wise.
Yeah, it'll be a good match.
Yeah.
We kind of covered that last night of who we thought maybe Seth would wrestle. None of us, I don't think, said Dolph Ziggler. So.
Not at all.
But still kind of, we don't have to talk too much because we did a lot of WWE talk last night. But, you know, week one's now in the books without Vince officially in the WWE. You know, reading some of the things that people were talking about online. The biggest thing that I saw, I think that people praised this week was the commentary teams. Now, I know last night we didn't we were kind of all muted, so we couldn't really listen too much on how they were reacting. But I know Monday night, whenever I watched Raw and was on Twitter, people were talking, they felt like, especially Jimmy Smith, they felt he was a little more relaxed. And they just kind of felt like that came off better on Monday. Last night, a couple of things people were talking about, they noticed, was that Michael Cole was saying WWE fans instead of WWE Universe all the time. And that he was actually saying wrestling. So those were a couple of Vince's banned words that seemed to no longer be banned from the commentary team. So little changes. I don't think anybody expected major changes in the first week, but
I could see them. I could see them being more relaxed. You don't got the Rockwaller in the ear. Just constant.
And I wonder who's in the ear. I don't know if it's Triple H that's in the ear. That'd be my guess. But, I don't know if that's definitely who's in the ear or if it's going to be a Bruce Pritchard or somebody else that's back there.
It's somebody that had Vince in his ear.
It's like the NXT teams always take Morrow, for example, when Morrow was in NXT. Morrow didn't last on SmackDown because of Vince. That triggered him too much. Or Triple H was a more calming presence in his ear, and he could handle that. So
crazy because Jimmy Smith has worked for so many big companies before WWE. But he didn't have a boss like that, probably.
Yeah, it's true. When you have someone constantly barking the orders at you and telling you exactly what to say, on the fly. And I'm hoping that helps them out because, especially take a Michael Cole, where we constantly say that Michael Cole doesn't put a lot of emotion in. We have said since Pat McAfee's come along that, Michael Cole's you can tell he's having more fun at the commentary booth than what he was having before. But hopefully this helps him out. I'm not a Michael Cole fan, so if we get more of his true self in here, maybe that'll come off better on TV.
More than anything, other than McAfee, the commentary team in any wrestling just annoys me. So I can do without it, or it just comes like background noise from not paying attention. Unless you get a Pat or a Jericho who's running his mouth.
Yeah.
I don't ever think Dana White was in somebody's ear during UFC. I think he's too busy. I'm thinking too busy with the fighters in the back.
And sometimes you see him sitting out front too, especially in a title match. He'll be out there. So I don't know how much he's in their ear. Okay, so that's being consistent of what I've been seeing online with people the past couple of days. SmackDown I didn't feel was any different last night. Overall, I felt the only thing that I felt other than commentary, since I couldn't really take a listen to that, was it seemed like women got a little more highlight on SmackDown. We had a couple segments with women last night, which I'm all for. I think the more, the better. Raw, on the other hand, still felt like a regular episode of Raw. Maybe the first hour was decent, and then just after that, it just didn't do much for me. So we'll see. We'll see what SummerSlam brings tonight.
Yep.
If there's any difference, or if it's just finishing up some of it, because I'm not sure. We'll see. Are they gonna? Is this wrapped up? And Triple H will start moving forward maybe this week, or do they have a lot more stuff in play through Clash at the Castle, and then we'll see more of his stuff?
Yeah, they still have more stuff to run out.
Yeah.
We'll jump into H's regime.
Yeah. So each week it'll just be time will tell. I'm hoping we get a little bit more of a fresh start on Monday, after SummerSlam, but
who knows?
Yeah. Anything you guys thought about in WWE world this week that we didn't cover last night? Okay. Last Saturday was Ring of Honor Death Before Dishonor. Did you guys watch it? Not watch it?
No, just read all the results. I basically read it, but
there's some matches I still want to see, but
good show. I didn't watch it live. I wasn't able to watch it live, but I watched it the next day. Good show. Very heavily wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
3 hours of just like pure wrestling instead of not sports entertainment. Maybe a little sports entertainment mixed in there, but definitely more heavily wrestling show than what you would see in AEW.
I wouldn't mind that from a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say, by the time the tag team match started, which was the main event, the 2 out of 3 falls match, by the time that started, I knew you could see, being the main event, how much time that it was going to be dedicated to that, which was, I think, like 45 minutes. I was like, all right. I was like, I need a break. I was like, I can't go into like a 45-minute match right now without taking a break because, like I said, it's so much wrestling on that show. Yeah. I mean, you had things like the night started out with Gresham and Claudio for the Ring of Honor World Title, so that was kind of a surprise. No one was expecting that to kick off the show. Good opening match, didn't go too long. It was a 60-minute time limit match, but I think it barely went 20 minutes. That might even be including entrances. Good match. I think we talked on our predictions. We weren't sure if Claudio was actually going to win it, and that was the route they went. Claudio was going to kind of usher in the AEW Ring of Honor brand as champion. I think we all thought Gresham was going to be a good fit for Ring of Honor, and then rumors came out afterwards that Gresham and Tony Khan aren't seeing eye to eye. The rumors I saw was that the communication was lacking between the two. That Gresham felt like he should have more, as champion, he should have had more communication with Tony than some of the other people about what was going on Saturday. And, that kind of led to, I guess, he asked for his release. Not sure if it was granted or not, but we'll see.
And he said that he wasn't gonna. He's done wrestling for now. He don't see himself wrestling in the near future.
He does have his own promotion, so I don't know if he'll just do that. But I mean, if he would, for as much as he was wrestling this year already, this year and last year, kind of carrying the Ring of Honor brand on so many independent shows, I don't blame him for wanting to take a little bit of a break. Kind of reevaluate. Where would you guys like to, if Gresham gets released, if this is it for him, he doesn't come back to Ring of Honor, AEW, where would you guys like to see Gresham? What's going on, man? Hope you're feeling all right.
Are we talking to us?
I'm not sure.
Impact.
I'm not sure. You said Impact.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where his fit would be because I don't watch much Ring of Honor and I don't know much of Gresham until it shut down. So I'm really not sure.
I think I'd really like to see him in New Japan. And we talk about how heavy AEW is in groups and how they kind of got that from the New Japan. I felt like Gresham did really good with his group in Ring of Honor, and I think that he could be a big star in New Japan. And possibly, I don't know if I would say Bullet Club. I'd rather see him stay away from that than get lost in the Bullet Club shuffle. But I think he could do another group, be a leader of that.
So where's his group at?
I don't know if any of them are signed.
Okay.
I'm not. I was kind of like you guys. I didn't pay a whole lot of attention to Ring of Honor. Steve paid more attention to Ring of Honor towards the end here than I did.
Okay.
That's a good point. Other than that, I mean, I think Gresham could be a good fit for Hunter. I think that'd be a talent for Triple H.
NXT.
So NXT.
I'm sure he would probably start in NXT, but could definitely be somebody that I think Triple H could look at and be like, this guy could give me something.
Lethal Ray. Okay.
Okay. So the only one that's not signed is Titus then, because Josh Woods showed up. Was at Death Before Dishonor, and then he showed up on some dark tapings.
Okay.
At least Titus, I don't think is signed. I know he dropped the belt super card, but
How was the how was the main event?
main event was very good. I'm sure Steve really would like to talk about that. But yeah, main event was
Talk
really good.
So we can ignore it.
For me, I enjoyed their super card match more.
Okay.
But the whole card, and the thing I'll say about the Ring of Honor card was that it built up. And that's the way Ring of Honor kind of always did. That each match kind of got you more and more hyped as the card went on. And that's kind of how the 2 out of 3 falls match went for me. It started out slower and it elevated and elevated and elevated. Yeah. So they told their story, and by the end of the match, you got the outcome, and FTR retained the titles, and it went first fall went Briscoes, and then FTR got the second 2 falls. So they kind of play with your mind a little bit. Okay,
Keep that tease, yeah, like Briscoes.
Yeah.
Get that tease.
Yeah. So I liked the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team championships came back last week. Dalton Castle and the boys, they won that. They're now the new champs for that. Okay. Really liked the boys entertained me in the match. I like Dalton Castle. We used to follow him in IWC, when we used to go there live. Entertaining guy, good wrestler. And the boys remind me a lot of Private Party in the match, because like they would get tossed around and then they would like kind of like squeal like Private Party does. So that was, to me, that was kind of your sports entertainment more than your wrestling. But wasn't a long match, but it was good, and I kind of like that. That I'm hoping that they're signed. If they're the champs now, I hope that they're signed to compete, because I would like to see them on AEW or whatever we're gonna see Ring of Honor talent on until a TV deal gets figured out.
So everybody who was in the pay-per-view wasn't officially signed?
No.
Okay. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like they're not coming, like, when people get signed by AEW, you get the All Elite graphic, and they're not really doing that with
Ring of Honor.
Yeah. Like there's been some that will come out and say, yes, this one's signed, or whatever, but.
So what was your match of the night? Get Steve out of your ear.
that wouldn't have been my match of the night. I think I would go Yuta and Garcia.
Okay.
It was a good match. I was looking forward to that. It was a good match. Maybe if not that, I could see for the way the match was, the Claudio Gresham match was a good match too. I felt like that was good. It was fast paced enough, quick. So no surprise. Okay. No. That was a very good wrestling match. I'm not saying women's wrestling match. I'm saying that was a very good wrestling match. Yeah, those two delivered exactly the way we expected them to deliver, I felt.
So who won that one?
Martinez.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I think that's it for Ring of Honor last week. So we'll head into this week was AEW Fight for the Fallen.
Yeah.
Highlight for me, Ricky Starks.
Yes.
They gave him a lot of time this week on AEW TV, which he deserves. Got a video package, got 2 matches and a segment. So got the video package, got him and Danhausen, which was exactly the way it should have been.
Yes.
One of our friends told me this week that they felt that was exactly how that type of talent should be utilized, like Danhausen. We saw a lot of complaints whenever it was Wardlow versus Orange Cassidy a couple weeks ago, for a powerhouse versus a character, and they felt like Orange Cassidy got more over in that match than he should have against Wardlow, and they and they felt like Danhausen was treated exactly how he should have been against a talent like Ricky Starks. It was a less than 5-minute match. Starks won, barely broke a sweat, called out another one, and out comes Hook, which surprised me. I wasn't expecting Hook to.
Was not expecting him.
So Ricky Starks was, I think, what was that, a couple weeks ago, was a year champ. So I think he beat Brian Cage by a day on holding the title. I think I saw that. Hook came out, another quick match. Yeah, for sure. So Hook win the FTW championship. You guys like what they're doing with Hook there?
I don't care about Hook at all. It does nothing for me.
I don't mind it at all, but just something about that FTW title I do not like.
Okay.
I mean, like Ricky Stark said, like people think this is a noose. I honestly think it's an albatross. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a non-starter. The title's not recognized. I think it's a non-starter just to throw on somebody.
I felt like but it doesn't even get utilized like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like how many FTW matches really have there been in the past year? You get more time of Starks than you get in the actual FTW title match, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, and if they want to have Ricky Starks on, just put Ricky Starks on.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put the belt. Like, the belt is completely pointless. I think it's I think they just put it on, just put it on AEW just to have another title on there. Just to show it off. Like, okay, here's another title for somebody to use.
I'd like to see, after I saw that, I'd kind of like to see maybe Hook be the one to retire at this point. Taz's son.
Yeah.
Not saying right now, but at some point, maybe we'll see what run they give him in the next year, and whether he would get the TNT title or something at some point. Maybe, maybe like merge it into that and then be done with it.
Yeah.
It's not a belt I need to see continue a legacy.
No. It's a belt I don't need to see at all.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then Hobbs with the turn.
Yeah.
After Starks, cut a promo with that.
Which kind of looked like Starks was trying to maybe say that they were going to do a tag team to go after the tag titles, and then Hobbs turned on them.
I'm glad they're not doing the tag. I really don't want these two fighting each other. I don't. I just see that as lateral movement. I don't see that as getting boosted up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like I'm tired of like Ricky Starks and Hobbs together in no matter form. I'm ready to see them take next steps up. And especially with AEW, with everybody hurt, it's time to showcase something new.
And Starks is a talent to showcase.
Yes.
Because he has it in the ring and he can do it on the mic too. So.
Mm-hmm. But unfortunately, Wardlow got the TNT title, so But it's time for Starks and Hobbs to separate from each other and start climbing the ladder.
The thing that I don't understand here, which hopefully we get some clarification on this upcoming week, when Hobbs was attacking Starks, Taz was on commentary confused. So where does Team Taz go from here? Because is Hobbs still in Team Taz and Starks is out, or Starks is in and Hobbs is out?
It's probably gonna be Hobbs. Get Starks away.
I hope it's just this whole faction is just abolished. Because, like I always said, it always seems like that they're just stepping stones.
Okay.
Stepping stones for all the new faces coming into the promotion.
Yeah, a lot of times, and it's definitely times for Starks to get
it's time
shine.
It's time for both of them. I really do think it's time for both of them.
I mean, if you put,
but more Starks than anybody.
You put Starks against Wardlow, and there's Wardlow's destroying him. At least should. But I mean, if you did a Hobbs and a Wardlow match, Steve's likes his meat on meat matches, and that's exactly what that would be, and that could be interesting.
That'd be a way to elevate Hobbs.
Yeah. I'm not saying Wardlow is losing, but
Yeah.
I think Hobbs should get the shine from that.
Yep.
Other highlight that I saw on Wednesday night, and we'll see what you guys think if it was a highlight or not, because I've seen mixed reactions, was Jungle Boy's promo. Jungle Boy came back, and I've heard some people say they didn't like the promo. I've heard people say that they just felt that Jungle Boy can't talk on the mic, and why did he try to cut a promo? I liked it. What do you guys think?
It was great. I haven't watched it, and I honestly don't want to go back and watch it because you know how I feel about hype. After I saw Ricky Starks, nothing's going to compare to that. No matter what you say. Ricky Starks made you feel something.
It was okay.
It was okay.
The promo to me was okay. And I feel like I was with, like what Jason said a couple weeks ago about Christian Cage's stuff. Just because you throw in a few flashy words, cuss word this, cuss word that, don't make it a great promo all the time or good promo. I mean, I can say the same stuff here. Ass, you're a bitch. I just got a great promo.
Steve, you there?
What up, bitches?
Great promo right there.
There you go.
Got the voice of God going.
That's friggin' right. I had to hop in to speak on a few things here, get some stuff off my chest with what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
All right, caller.
Off,
what do you have to?
That's an okay caller.
long time listener, first time caller. You guys are really entertaining. That Steve guy, he really knows his shit. He should give himself a pat on the back.
We don't hear too often.
No, for the most part, what you guys were getting into with Dynamite, Starks absolutely stole the show. The way they booked it to me was perfect, for the fact that it all went down. You had the match versus Danhausen. You had Hook come out, beat Starks. You had Starks cut the promo. And you had the turn from Hobbs, and it was all done in one fell swoop. Like, I don't know if it would have been better or more effective if you put it off a week, or if you have Starks save that promo. Being a prisoner in a moment and seeing what they did and trying to maximize the effect. I think all three people from Team Taz just absolutely shined with their roles that they were given. Starks is going to be your big bad heel now. Hopefully they don't use him like they do with Archer and some of the other big bad heels where they just feed them to these baby faces like Moxley and Punk. Hobbs.
So Hobbs, okay.
Hobbs. Yeah, hopefully Hobbs isn't fed to those guys like Archer and some of the other, Brody King recently against Mox. Like, let Hobbs develop and be a true killer on the roster. Hook, great pop, the right person to take the belt off of him. I think everybody's slid into their correct roles right now. Starks comes off as the babyface off of it, but he's like The Rock. Like, you can't pin him into a specific category because his aura and charisma is just too much.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's gonna be that cool, cocky, just dude that he's gonna say some shit that you think a heel would say, but it's gonna get a babyface reaction. You know what I mean? Like, he's just one of those talents that come along every now and again where you can't put them in a specific box. They're bigger than the category, so to speak.
I definitely get what you're going with Hobbs. I hope he doesn't get lost either.
Can we officially retire Chris Jericho?
That is
been
on.
waiting on it.
That's on my list too.
Yeah, officially. Get him off my TV. He was the worst part. He brought that entire show's momentum to a screeching halt.
The whole JAS segment was terrible.
Dynamite or Rampage?
Both.
I felt like I don't. Whenever he came out and that whole segment afterwards, I was like, okay, so we had Painmaker last week. He's been this sports entertainment character with the JAS.
The Wizard.
Like, the Wizard? Are we going through the characters of Jericho now, just to get one last quick run with all these before he retires? He's 50 now.
And become Ultimate Prime Jericho.
Or drown him.
The gauntlet
or drown him in a pool like they did Matt Hardy, and every time he came up was a different gimmick.
But yeah,
I feel like he's taking the list of 1,000 holds and applying that to his character.
But that was the first thing I thought. Like, okay, is Jericho retiring? Or is that where they're heading with this? But
yeah, he's becoming too much now. Like,
yeah,
really, really too much. And they're about to feed Yuta to him too.
Yeah.
Oh,
actually, I actually think Yuta's gonna win that match.
Mm-hmm.
I do. For some reason, I just feel, and he's not gonna beat Moxley. I understand that, but for some reason, I just think that he's gonna win that match.
Man, they got
one brother or the other brother.
Man, they got the graphics set up for Quake on the Lake, so they already spent money on that.
Horrible. They need to stop these. They need to stop doing these stupid special shows.
Thank you.
Please have one in Pittsburgh.
What do we need a Quake by the Lake for?
So is Quake by the Lake different than Battle for the Belts?
No, we lost you.
Is Quake by the Lake different from Battle on the Belts?
Mm-hmm. That's a different.
Yeah,
because the Battle of the Belts is Saturday.
Oh,
yeah. So you guys Rampage is live
it
Friday. So
mm-hmm.
Didn't they run it the whole week last time?
Something like that. Yeah, they did. Yeah, but it's different.
Okay.
Yeah, Battle of the Belts is just on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I guess Rampage will be live Friday, and then they'll tape Battle of the Belts after that for Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna get an hour Rampage Friday, an hour Battle of the Belts Saturday, and throughout the course of the week, all the titles will be defended, supposedly.
Possibly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what they did last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess between Dynamite this week and Quake by the Lake, maybe. So stupid. So stupid.
The quiver on the rivers.
Book it. Book it.
I just don't get it. What it comes across as? It comes across as you don't know how to book weekly television. That you have to run a special every single week to just throw matches out there to get an audience to react. And you can't tell stories or progress characters.
Yeah.
That's what it is. They can't tell stories.
WWE was doing this at one point too. And it's just like I hated when they were doing it. And I don't need to see this. I don't need to see. You want to do it, give me one a quarter, fine, whatever. I'll take that.
But didn't two of them have a specific reason for doing it? Like I know Fight for the Fallen was for something.
Fight for the Fallen was always for charity.
Yeah, wasn't there another? That was for something.
Fight for the Fallen was for charity. Then you had Fighter Fest. The first year was tied into the gaming stuff, but they haven't continued that relationship on. They've just done it.
You can mix that.
Yeah. And then the other ones, the Arthur Ashe Stadium show, this Quake by the Lake, the whatever.
What was
the hoedown in Sheboygan. It doesn't fucking matter.
Fight for the Fallen was
the charity this week. Yeah.
That was for charity?
Yeah, the charity one. Yeah. Fight for the Fallen is always charity.
Yeah.
Then you could have nixed
Fighter Fest.
Go ahead, Fighter Fest.
Fighter Fest was 2 weeks.
Fighter Fest was 2 weeks. 4 shows total, 2 weeks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You can nix Fighter Fest.
Yeah.
And then you had Road Rager before that.
And that was nothing.
Yeah.
It's like whenever they had, when they went back on tour last year, and I think they were in Wisconsin, and they did Bash at the Beach. It's like, what are you doing to Bash at the Beach for when there's no beach?
That was Cleveland. One day in Cleveland.
Was it Cleveland? Okay.
Yeah, it was Cleveland.
Lake Erie doesn't count as a beach.
I just feel right now looking at it. We talked about this before with AEW and what they were going to do coming out of the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. All they've done since that time is given us a weekly special each week. They haven't given a consistent week-to-week program. It's all been nothing but specials. So if you're going to continue to run it like this, then what are you like? Tony Khan is really booking it just as a fan and throwing fantasy matches out there.
That's it.
And there's nobody reining him in. And nope. I know Disco, Inferno, and a lot of the other guys that critique AEW get bashed, and I'm sure we'll get comments coming at us out the woodwork for this. But the honeymoon period's over. This whole AEW can't do anything wrong. AEW's the best thing since sliced bread. Look at all these dream matchups we're getting and everything else. All right, but in the short term, that's great. Long term, you're not going to be around. You're going to end up being WCW. You'll be out of business in 3 years, 4 years. It's not a sustainable business model when you're doing weekly television to just throw dream matches out there.
Yep.
So is Quake at the Lake the last one?
No, it's not going to be the last one.
Because then Quake at the Lake, and then so you get Battle of the Belts, then Quake at the Lake. After that, I think it ends All Out is next.
Mm-hmm.
And then
you can't forget about Winter's Coming. That's always December.
Arthur Ashe in September. That's Grand Slam.
Full Gear.
Full Gear's in November. I don't know if they're going to give the Canada tour name, but I know they were hyping up the Canada.
They probably
tour.
will. Winter's Coming. They always have that somewhere.
December, yeah.
I mean, at least that's a good stretch between not a good stretch, but it's not as clumped together as this week. This week is always, or this month is always hectic with everything.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but they have no good stories going at all. Probably the only story they have going is the Christian Jungle Boy Luchasaurus.
And now Team Taz, hopefully.
Until I see something get off the ground with that. I can't count that yet.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I agree. The Jericho Appreciation Society, I don't need anymore on my team. No. They have played themselves out so much with the whole Eddie Kingston shit and the brawls and all that I just, when they come out, I just don't want to see it. And then, Anna J joined this week, calling herself Anna JAS.
I did like that.
What the hell?
I did like that. I like the heel turn from Anna. Like she needed
something. Yeah.
So,
I'll choke you out. I'll choke you out. I'll choke you out.
It just feels like they're intertwined in everything.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like WCW with the NWO stuff. It's just like everybody was joining the NWO and all the stories was just running through them.
Yeah.
It was like some match had to do something with the NWO.
Some way they'll poke their way in Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy.
And like they have stuff on the periphery that is good stuff that's going, but it's not getting attention to where it should. Like the Malachi Black, House of Black, and Miro stuff.
Yes.
Good, but we get a 2-minute snippet of it each week, right?
Yeah.
You have the Lucha Bros with Andrade and Roosh, and probably Dragon Lee coming in. So you have that there as a story that you can tell. But again, that's on the periphery. It's not getting the time that it needs. So you have stuff out there that's good content, but you're not delivering on it because you're just doing it in little spurts each week, and people are forgetting about it.
If you're not JS or BCC, you don't matter right now.
Pretty much.
It's feeling like.
And who's the top of those two groups?
Brother.
Both sides.
and I feel like the BCC, and I know Regal said this on the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, but they're just a group of individuals that like to fight. Like they're not even a group. You know what I mean? Like they're all individuals that just like to fight and whoop ass. Well, that's great, but like What's your
And-
goal? What are you trying to do?
Yeah.
Like,
Only one person in the group that doesn't have gold right now.
it's Danielson.
Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic, TV champ coming soon.
Trios.
And then the
that's-
Mid-Atlantic stuff with Pac, like, you showed snippets of the match.
That's
Just putting that on dark.
Right. So that's not even getting played that it should.
Yeah.
To elevate that title.
So speaking of titles, Donald, you brought up AEW announced the Trios Championship this week. So champions will be crowned at All Out. Tournament brackets to be determined soon. Another belt.
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
Good.
It'll be the Hung Bucks, Hangman,
Oh yeah.
Rampage,
Of
and the Young
course.
Bucks against the super elite Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly.
You've been seeing on BT the past couple weeks, the whole Hangman kind of wanted to go back and kind of make things right with the Young Bucks. This week it finally played out on Dynamite.
For 30
So-
seconds, and then you
yeah.
had the Dark Order come in and interrupt it. So again,
Which has
Good
been what
story.
they've been doing on BT anyways, but
those are good stories that you're not
Yeah.
giving time to.
So who's the faces and who's the heels?
We don't know yet.
Remember Cody said there is no face or no heels in AEW.
then why have two ramps? That's exactly who I think, Steve, too. I think
Yeah,
Young
of
Bucks
course.
and Hangman are going to be the champs walking out of that.
So
Ain't gonna be nobody. There gonna be nobody else.
all former champions being champions again. No new. Okay.
Where's that young talent at?
Hook.
Where's that young talent at? Where's all that at? Yeah.
We'll see. But
It'd be
it's-
interesting to see.
Yeah.
I'll enjoy the matches that come out of it for sure.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested in seeing who they put in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Like who's officially going to be in the trios category.
Is there?
Because that's going to be interchangeable for sure.
Is it gonna be like 4 factions, or are there more?
Well,
So,
Best Friends is one,
what is
so
four?
you're going to get that.
You'll get that. You'll get Lucha Bros. Oh well, no, because Pac is champ. So
But no,
Yeah,
you'll get that
probably not.
triangle.
Yeah. Them.
Do you think they'll be in the tournament?
You'll have the 18 bracket.
House of
So,
Black.
okay. I wasn't sure if they was gonna go 8. I thought they might do like 6 and 2 advance or something. Okay.
I think though you got 8 that you can roll out there.
You have QT Marshall and his crew.
Yeah, it's the factory. You have
That's the quick eliminator.
factory. You got Dark Order.
Them and the
Whoever's
wingman.
left.
Dark Order, yeah.
Yeah, whoever's left. Oh, the wingman.
So you gonna have. That's why I was like, give me a solid tournament. Don't give me the straight. You're gonna run through the first round. These
I'd like to
jobbers.
see, I'd rather just see like top 8 people. That's it. No more than that.
4. Give me 4.
Yeah, you'll have Andrade's crew. You'll have them.
That's if Dragon Lee comes over. 'Cause
Yeah.
he's not officially been announced yet.
No.
Best friends ain't gonna win nothing. So put your House of Black, your Lucha Brothers, Hangman, and Cole. That's all you need. Make it interesting, because that's what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
You need warm-up matches.
Which is exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get your time filler with building
Yeah.
up to All Out. But
Come on.
I mean, Jason, what you're saying, I don't mind at all. Like, give your, no pun intended, but your elite teams and really showcase them, and that'd be it.
Yeah.
So where's Omega in all this? Because remember, they wasn't going to show the titles until Omega
Yeah.
came back.
Guess he's still not recovered then.
It's going to be your first 2-time champ.
I mean, technically Moxley, but
I'd rather see him champ than Moxley or Punk. So
I'll agree with that. But where's your argument on that one? That's not a young talent.
No, that's just correct booking.
Yeah, we'll just see where they go with this.
Yeah, but who knows?
It definitely seems to me like, things have just, ever since Punk got injured, to me, the program just felt like the wheels are off the track. And it shouldn't do that, but
That's your problem booking around a 40-something wrestler that hasn't wrestled in
Exactly
8 years.
Somebody who hasn't been in a company for 7 years, 8 years, living off dreams, given to the fans.
Tell them why you mad.
Giving
That's what they get.
I'm going to lay down after that one.
What it is. It's all fan service. It's all what it is.
Hike
all
them
what it
sleeves up. Hike them
Feel
sleeves
better,
up. Put
man.
some glasses on, man. You better be.
It's all what it was. And that's what they get. So I hope it crash and burns.
It just seems like they keep scrambling for like everything. It just seems like they're scrambling. And he can still put on, showing Ring of Honor last Saturday shows that he can still put on a great show. That, he can, I guess, with the focus of it and everything, he can put on a great show. But AEW is just off the rails to me.
There was nothing there weren't stories and all. You just got straight matches.
100% correct.
The stories are kind of what's killing.
A few stories, but not a lot.
Yeah. But you're seeing people like, if FTR and Briscoes was a story, you're not seeing that play out weekly. So you're getting bits and pieces of, you're not getting the full.
If you were
not
watching,
getting shoved down your throat.
Yeah. If you were watching Rampage and Dark, you were seeing Mercedes and Serena. But if you're watching all the shows, to stay connected with that.
Yeah. She's smiling for her.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm just...
I feel like you still got some hot fire coming. I don't know.
I'm just listening. Just listening.
About to spit that dialogue with you.
Well, that's what they get. And their eye definitely, in his eyes, off the ball, too, because he's too busy worrying about wrestlers jumping to WWE with Triple H being in there. Talking about Cole and Malachi Black's contract.
I'm
like, dude, keep your eye on the ball. Fix your mess.
Yeah, I don't know how much he's actually worried about that, but it's just, I think that's the internet more.
But he responded to it, so it's on his mind.
Did he respond to that on Busted Open, or was that on, to just tweet that out?
Some interview, yeah.
It was some interview, yeah.
It might not be Busted Open, but I know he gives them time each week.
Yeah, so whatever. Take it what they deserve.
That's all I had for wrestling. Is there anything else on? You guys have anything else on your agenda?
No. Not much at all.
Ready to drink?
Yeah, we could do that.
I had to make sure I got the beer. I was like,
NXT?
The whole time it was NXT. Did you enjoy NXT?
I didn't
Chris
watch NXT this week.
Chris doesn't watch. It's not his cup of tea.
Yeah, I think NXT is my new go-to. Because even though AEW is awful and all that stuff, WWE still doesn't get a pass with me yet. So NXT has been my go-to now, and I'm enjoying it.
It's what I'm putting my most focus on.
Yeah,
where I'm paying attention to everything. Like Monday Night Raw, every now and then can be background noise, but I'm fully focused, paying attention on NXT just to see how these kids develop.
I had to do some catching up because I haven't watched it in like weekly in weeks and stuff. But yeah, I'm coming too. Like I'm a huge Grayson Waller fan. Like in ring,
Yes,
I like him in ring a lot. Yeah. Still need a lot of mic skills and all that, but in ring.
And down there, they're giving everybody some talking time.
Yes, they are.
So
That's good.
You brush up on it, and maybe that'll be your transition to the main roster. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder who's doing that right now. Like who's the head of? I wonder who's like taking care of promos classes down there these days. Because I don't have no idea.
and it's like everybody's either getting a segment or talking time. So throw you out there, sink or swim.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
At least it's letting you get invested to damn near every character on the roster, which is something you're not getting in every show or in every promotion, even the main roster.
So I did see that the women's tag titles are going to continue on.
Yes.
You know, that was questionable there for a second, I think. You know, I don't know whether Triple H was the salvager of that or not, or if there were plans to continue it on. But
the women's NXT or the main?
The NXT.
Oh,
yeah.
I figured that was going to continue.
Yeah. They got a tournament going on. Alondra Blades came out with Roxanne.
Okay.
And pulled the title out that Cora Jade threw away out of the trash. So she's holding on to the belt until the champion's crown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think I saw that they're officially vacated, but
yes,
which I didn't like, because if you look at the actual record, that they're giving her a second record as tag champ just by herself.
Who?
Like, it's not a continuation. Cora. So she's holding on to the belts. She was by herself. The official record is that she's a 2-time tag champ, because when the other one threw the tag title in the trash, she vacated it. And they consider that the end of their first run. And then Cora continues on in a second run just by herself in history books.
That's weird.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you're a single wrestler. It should have been vacated. Okay. You know, they're going to have her.
Isn't she a 2-time champ?
I don't know.
Who beat Toxic Attraction?
The first time?
Yeah.
I do not know.
I don't know, offhand.
Somebody just took the belts off them and they got them back. I can't remember. Damn.
Yeah, but the core stuff I'm liking a lot. Reminds me of Dakota and Tegan. A lot.
Might have been Dakota and Raquel. No.
Yes. Dakota and Raquel beat Toxic Attraction. Okay. And then Toxic Attraction won it back a couple days later. Cora and Roxanne won a bash.
And then Cora. That's weird.
Then they consider Roxanne. Roxanne's the one that dropped the belt, right? Or was that Cora that dropped the belt?
Cora.
You dropped the belt.
Okay. So, yeah, Cora dropped the belt. Roxanne is now a 2-time champ by herself. Sorry, I had that wrong. Yeah. So Roxanne. So they consider when Cora dropped the belt, that's the end of their tag run, and then they start a second run.
They started a second run with just Roxanne.
And then they stripped her.
And then they stripped her.
Then it becomes vacated. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it should just go back and just say, you know what, it's vacated after the trial.
Yes.
And
as soon as she dropped it.
Yeah. As soon as she dropped it, that should have been it.
You'll give a singles run.
Way to pad stats.
Yeah. For no reason. Like,
Zoe Starks looks good after injury.
Still can't talk all like that.
Oh, yeah, she can't talk. She can't talk. Just call it for what it is.
Yeah.
Can't talk.
Cora's getting better.
She is.
But Zoe can't talk at all. So.
Man, that's everybody. I mean, that's everybody, man. Once they turn heel, everybody can talk.
True.
That'll be interesting, though, in the transition to main roster, though, with these talents. You know, because I think Triple H is better at hiding the negatives. You know, if they can't talk, he can hide that and just push them. You know, as whatever talent they have, which is what, you know, Paul Heyman always did in ECW too. And, you know, if he's bringing up some of these talents that maybe would have gotten lost in the shuffle with Vince. They might have a lifeline still on the main roster if they can't talk.
But now you're getting now you're getting at least a batch of people coming up that actually can and have experience talking and not just straight wrestling.
Yeah.
So
That is true.
yeah.
Like Jason said, that's one thing 2.0 did. They threw people out there, sink or swim.
That's good.
Yes, and how it should be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of, in a way, it's continuing on the way that we expected. But, we're almost at a year, of 2.0. And with it being the way it is, we were told there was going to be more of turnover. And there's been some turnover. We've seen that. But I think there hasn't been as much as we were expecting.
Yeah, what you say was like 6 months.
6 months, and that's it.
I think they might have changed that.
Yeah.
That motto.
And the rumor is that things are going to change again. I'm hoping I don't care if they keep the way it is right now, the look and feel of it. I just remove the 2.0 thing from it. That's all I need.
Let's call it NXT.
Yeah. And just, focus on the young talent. And, rumor is Triple H is going to try to revert a little bit back to what his original plan was for that.
So what is their next thing? Is Heat Wave?
Yes.
Heat Wave in August 16th, I think.
August 16th, yeah.
And then after that is
rumor that they're doing an event. NXT will be doing an event the same weekend as Clash at the Castle.
But it'll be here.
Yes.
Will it be okay?
So that's the time difference.
Yeah.
Rumor
is it might run the same day as All Out. So it might be like WrestleMania weekend and where it's like an early event, but we'll see. That hasn't been officially announced.
That'd be a good time to put the world. What is it? World of War? Which one did they have?
Oh, that was Worlds Collide.
Worlds Collide.
Yeah. You can do that. You're over there.
That would be good. Yeah. To finally show some of that NXT UK talent.
I don't know. The NXT UK talent might really overshadow them though.
Because right now they're sending like NXT people over to UK to work out. So you're getting like
a lot of the UK talent has come over here now too.
Yeah,
the big names.
The big names came over to be like main roster. I mean, to be like on the roster, and then like they're shipping like some NXT 2.0 over there to get some work and then come back. Yeah,
probably some wrestling experience.
Yeah,
with some veterans over there.
I saw this week on NXT UK, Ilya Dragunov still had a title match, so they're pretty. I don't know because I had previously talked that that he's injured, and they stripped him of the title, and they did a tournament for that, so they're at least a month behind, at least, like because they haven't started. They taped early in July, and they haven't even started showing that episode yet. So they're pretty well taped in advance. So I don't know if you could focus. I don't know. I guess if you could use the NXT UK people on NXT TV here, you could build that up. But I know you couldn't build it up on UK programming.
Okay.
Unless this was planned far enough in advance.
Start running into the impact problem.
Yeah. I would love that. I like the UK takeovers. I like the Worlds Collide when they did both brands. I thought for sure the past 2 years, NXT UK was just going to get axed at some point. Like they were going to go through budget cuts one day and just be like, "That's it, that one's done."
But they're still putting on good TV.
Yeah, it's a good program. I don't watch it consistently enough, but they put on a good program.
Yeah.
There's always good matches because I like that style of wrestling too. So, I would like to watch that more. I would like to see them get a little bit more shine than what they have.
I don't have anything else.
Okay. Let's drink a beer.
Chug, 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 chug.
All right, this week's drink of the week. This is actually Steve's pick, so unfortunately he's not here to really enjoy this with us, but we got White Magick of the Sun by Voodoo Brewing. Voodoo Brewing's based out of Pennsylvania in Meadville, PA. There's actually one here in Pittsburgh too, not too far from us. This beer is a wheat ale with spices, and it comes in at 7.3%. So
Ooh, this is a heavy boy.
this is a little bit. Dawn, I know you're a big fan of wheat beer, so this could be something in your wheelhouse.
Why is it? There's like more beer than my can can hold.
Yeah, it is.
Mine just popped open too. Yeah, same way.
Like the top is filled. Like
mine's the exact same way.
Steve, you got nitrous in this shit again?
I forgot to grab a glass this week. But I smell a little bit of the spices, but definitely smell like the wheat.
Settle down.
Yeah, I smell everything. Smell the wheat, smell the spices.
Oh, definitely taste the spices in that.
This reminds me of Blue Moon with an extra kick.
What's Blue Moon? What was that? About 5%?
It's 5. Yeah, like 5.3.
I don't know. This don't feel right coming from a can.
It kind of
from
feels
a bottle.
Yeah. I don't even know if Voodoo does bottles, just because they usually can their own stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes they actually just can like you could get the canning in Homestead too, direct from there. I don't know. I'm a little indifferent on this right now. What do you guys think?
Like I said, it tastes like a Blue Moon with a heavier kick to me. The spices are really overpowering it now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Remind me of IPA.
A little much.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wasn't expecting that for this time of year. Like this is getting me ready for fall beer.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it feels to me. Like you put this in your fall rotation, with your pumpkin beer and all the other spice beer that's out there. I think you'll enjoy that for that time of year. I don't know if something that really
summer.
in the summertime. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the summer. I enjoy it though. I do. I'll give it a 3.5.
Okay.
2.
Yeah. Summer, I think I can only have one of these. Maybe in the fall, whenever I'm sipping at, just to drink something with that type of flavor, I might have maybe 2 of them. But I'll go with you, Don. I'll go a little different. I'll go 3.25.
Mm-hmm.
Good
This
beer.
is like a max 2 can for me.
Yeah.
Like that's it. Mm-hmm.
Even with for a wheat beer, it's heavier.
It is heavy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very heavy. For wheat, it's very heavy.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, but I can't get down on this for sure. I'll definitely buy it again. Don't know if I buy it in a case, but like you said, if it's in a cooler or something, I'll definitely pick up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if you had Voodoo Brewing White Magick of the Sun, let us know what you think of it. If you go out and pick it up, come back, leave some comments, let us know what you thought of it after you tried it after our review. Mm-hmm. Steve, it was his pick this week. Not sure if we'll do a video by himself of it or maybe wait till next week to hear what his thoughts of this beer. But yeah, that's all I got. Let us know what you think of Voodoo Brewing White Magick of the Sun. We're just moving along this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Good show. Yeah, we got SummerSlam midnight. Quick and easy. Let's go.
I mean, if Steve didn't come on, this has been even quicker.
Yeah. Had a power hour edition of
He gave us some legs.
All right. One got to go last week. Jason, you did wedding reception line dances. So I'm going to give you, I kind of like doing this. I'm going to give you the top 2 most voted, and you guys let me know what you think got voted off. The most voted was the electric slide and the cha-cha slide.
I figured it would be on the list too.
There.
What got voted off?
I said the electric slide. I'm sticking with mine.
I say cha-cha slide.
It was the cha-cha slide.
Yeah.
Not by much, but it Those were the two most voted. There was some votes for the other ones, but not as much.
See,
Those were neck and neck.
I think the songs would kill Electric Slide.
Possibly. Do you think the dance is that much better than the song?
Yeah, that's why I put the list up.
No.
Because you can do the Electric Slide to like 5 different damn songs.
Yeah.
Do you though?
Well, that's why
I don't. But
you don't.
No.
No.
Electric Slide is the Electric Slide. I don't do that to anything.
No,
else.
no. You haven't been to any black functions.
I was gonna say.
This is all your friends are black.
Yeah.
You haven't been to any black functions.
Yeah, with that, I'm with you. I think the song hurt it more than anything.
Okay.
Because the song is so old. So
Spilling shit on the carpet again.
Yeah. I wasn't even trying to open that. I'm just going for this.
All right, we'll get into this week. So this week is Steve's pick, so he'll have to tune in and let us know what he thinks. Classic Kids Hard Candies. We got Lemonhead, Red Hots, Jawbreakers, and Boston Baked Beans. Who wants to kick us off?
Boston Baked Beans are staying. That's number one.
Why?
It's between Red Hots and Jawbreakers. I hate Red Hots, but Jawbreakers got to go. They're just pointless. Unless you give me chewy Jawbreakers, they're pointless. Like, who wants to sit there and suck a whole ball for? Pause. Who wants to?
And we got the clip of the week.
So there's different variations of Jawbreakers too. Like there's the large Jawbreaker, that takes years and years to complete. Or there's even, so this is Steve, this is your criteria, you didn't clarify. Or are we talking like the Willy Wonka Jawbreakers that you're just like, Skittle sized and just have multi layers to them?
I've seen those, yeah. But normally when you say Jawbreakers, I'm thinking of the big ball.
Ms. Balls. Yeah, I think that would probably be,
Either way, either version of them, they suck.
You said Boston Baked Beans were staying no matter what.
No matter what. That's
because
it's
peanut, or
I don't know what it is. It's just good.
Yeah, for me, Boston Baked Beans is number one on this hard candy list. Classic one. The peanuts, the sugar, man, whatever the coating is, it's amazing.
Yes,
it is. Yeah, Dad introduced me to them. I think that was my first candy, to be truthful, because he loved them. Jawbreakers are so basic. It's basic. Red Hots, I love heat. I love spicy stuff. Red Hots is staying. Lemonheads, I love sour stuff. Lemonhead is staying. Jawbreaker is the most basic form of hard candy on here. It's like the regular gummy bear.
Why not just put on a stick?
There's no innovation. If you put on a stick, it's a sucker.
Just do that. It'd be easy to work around.
You put on a stick, it's actually a popsicle. But
Pause.
Yeah,
Jason said if you put it on a stick, it's easier to work around. I Boston Baked Beans, I'd never really got into them all like that. I mean, it's not that I don't know if they're that bad, but I don't know if I've really had them a lot. Maybe I need to try them again as an adult and see what I think of them. I like peanut candy, so that doesn't bother me at all. But
next Duffy run, fair fronts.
Like it wasn't even until college till I had a Chico stick. And like those. So anything peanut candy, I'm okay. But yeah, for me on this list, really, I mean, Lemonhead's probably one of my favorite candies as a kid. Loved Lemonheads. Used to get them all the time. Still get them from time to time. But probably second most candy that I had on this list would be Red Hots after that. So neither one of those was going anywhere. Again, Boston baked beans I didn't really have that much, so I don't really remember. I remember the peanut, but I don't remember, liking them or not liking them all that much. So I'd like to try them again, but I'm going to agree with you guys. Jawbreakers to me were just pointless. All it was just plain sugar candy, didn't really have any good flavor to it. I'd rather have the Willy Wonka Jawbreakers because I could have more of those than I never wanted to just have that real large Jawbreaker. Like that never interested me at all.
Then you had to work it, put it down, set it off to the side, come back like a day later. I mean, that was like the longest. It was pointless.
Mm-hmm. And when you put the Red Hots together with the Jawbreakers, you got the Fireball. You remember those? They look like the Jawbreakers, but they were red. They were heat. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they were the Fireball.
On my grandfather's white couch one year, and that was the last Fireball I had. I thought I was going to die. I thought that was my ass, but no.
What was it? Just like concentrate cinnamon? Is that what a Fireball was?
Basically, yeah. It was a Jawbreaker with the Red Hots. That's what I always assumed them as. Was the Fireball. Mm-hmm.
That whole flavor just like when they. I don't want to. No, I'm not do the next week's drink it. Not drink it. Smash the trash, but like stuff like Fireball, vodka, and all that. Big Red,
the Fireball and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I like cinnamon. I do.
I don't like that kind of cinnamon. Give me cinnamon.
Because I like the heat. Yeah.
I like cinnamon, but like Big Red was never my favorite gum because it was overpowering.
Yeah.
Like I always felt like it left like that strong taste in your mouth. Like it was. I'd rather have like a Wintergreen or Winterfresh, like that type of gum than Big Red.
But that was a good list.
Yeah, it was good.
That's definitely classic. Yep.
Yeah. So
take me back to the kid days.
Classic Kids Hard Candies. Let us know what you think, and we'll put our polls out this week and see what gets voted off. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning to episode 97 of the Dumb Marks podcast. We ticking up. 100th episode in a couple weeks. Head over to our YouTube and TikTok channels at Dumb Marks Pod. Like, subscribe, follow. Follow us on social media at Dumb Marks Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Following some more, you can visit dumbmarkspod.com and support the show by telling a friend about us. You can find our shows on all your favorite podcast platforms and purchase our merchandise at prowrestlingtees.com/dumbmarkspod. Gentlemen, before we wrap up, do we have anything else for final thoughts today?
Yes. WatchMojo on YouTube. They did a top 20 McDonald's items list. So I have all 20, but I'll just read off the top 10 and see what you guys think about it. Number 10 was the double cheeseburger.
Trash.
Number 9 was the filet of fish. Number 8 was the McFlurry. Number 7 is the McChicken. Number 7 is the McChicken. Number 6 is the regular Sundae. Number 5 is the Egg McMuffin. Number 4 is the Quarter Pounder. Number 3, the Chicken Nuggets. Number 2, French fries. And number 1 is the Big Mac.
Number 1, that Coke.
Yeah, the fact that you don't have Sprite in the top 10, you don't have the cheeseburger in the top 10, you have 2 ice cream items in the top 10.
You said, the ice cream machine never works, but the ice cream items are in the top 10.
I think they didn't do Coke because Coke is
not their product.
Yeah, not their product. Yeah, they don't make it. So
no, not that Sprite. That's they got some extra seasoning in there.
You said trash on the double cheeseburger?
Yeah. I need something.
You want the cheeseburger on there, but you said the double cheeseburger is trash.
Yeah, there's too much grease in there. You need the bun in the middle. Leave that out. It's too greasy in the middle. That's too much meat.
It's not the Big Mac.
Yeah.
Big Mac only got the bun in the middle.
And that's why. That's number 1.
It just lets you know the cheeseburger is not on the list at all. On the
What?
top 20 list. Nope.
Well,
Only
the hamburger is.
The hamburger was number 14. The cheeseburger is not up here.
That's stupid.
You have a 2 cheeseburger meal that's off the menu. It's hidden. Or is it on the menu? It's on there?
It's on the menu.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think it's back on. Yeah, it
on the
was
menu.
hidden for a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Snack wraps on there?
Yes, they are number 18.
Okay.
That Big Mac snack wrap.
Ooh. Oh,
That was my favorite thing there.
That was
I don't like McDonald's that much. Like I don't go there that often. But when they had the Big Mac snack wrap, I would get that. I would get a fry and $1 sweet tea. That was lunch.
sweet tea on there?
The tea is not on there.
See, I love McDonald's enough to know this whole list is trash. The only one you got right is 1 and 2.
You want me to go 11 through 20? So you can hear that?
I want to just see it.
Good.
Okay, number 20 is a spicy chicken crispy sandwich. So the new shit that they try to imitate Chick-fil-A. Number 19 is the McGriddles. 18, the chicken snack wraps. Number 17, the apple pie. Number 16, the breakfast burrito. Number 15, the chocolate shake. Number 14, the hamburger. Number 13, the hash browns. Number 12, the sausage McMuffin. And number 11, the McCafe coffee.
Whole list is in my. You got 3 ice cream items on there. 3 ice cream items.
I know some people that really like their coffee and like they go to McDonald's for the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just
No,
okay
for
to
coffee.
me. Yeah.
Has anybody ever had McDonald's or ice cream from McDonald's?
Yeah.
I don't eat ice cream that much, so no.
I've had a McFlurry,
Never had a McFlurry.
and that was when they first came out before the machine started breaking.
Mhm. They still, I don't even know if they still make them with the straw that they, or not the straw, the spoon that connects to the machine. That's what
They do.
mixes it up. But okay.
Yeah, they do.
Do you even get swirl anymore?
Except for like the original burgers, like the Big Mac and Quarter Pounder. Like the specialty one that I used to like was the Big Tasty.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like the deluxe, like with lettuce and tomato.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It was made more like the Whopper was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I really ever had it, but
Mm-hmm. They don't even have their cookies on there. I remember back as a kid, I used to get the cookies all the time.
the hard cookies,
Yes.
like they came in the box.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right. As a kid, McDonald's Ranch, when they actually had salads on the menu, McDonald's Ranch was one of the best ranches out there. I thought. Jason, do you remember their ranch?
No, I don't.
I wouldn't even know because I never ordered a salad from McDonald's.
You could get the packet. So it's like we would get fries and then ask for a packet of ranch on the side, probably like a quarter or whatever it was. And their ranch was on point. Now, ever since they stopped salads, they might have ranch and like for nuggets, but I don't know. I don't think it's the same ranch.
I didn't know they stopped salads.
I mean, they might, but I know they changed them. Like from what I remember, they had like regular salads, and then they went to like a salad shaker. If you remember that,
I do remember that. Yeah, that was in a cup.
yeah. And when they went to that, they changed their ranch and everything. Like so, from that point on, it was never the same ranch. But yeah, like I stopped. Like the salads from there just weren't even any good as that. I don't even know if they still have any on the menu, but I doubt it. That just doesn't seem like something that they would
Lost
still
all
do.
my faith in Malt and WatchMojo.
Yeah, but that's it from WatchMojo. That's their pick for the top 20 McDonald's items.
Jason, you got anything else for final thoughts?
I'm good, man.
All right.
I'm gonna go get some McDonald's or something.
Today is July 30th as we're sitting here recording this and talking. Tomorrow is a piece of history. July 31st, 2022, George Jetson is born. So, piece of history tomorrow.
So somebody tomorrow will name your kid George Jetson.
Yeah, probably. Probably already happened, but
And their future is nowhere near where ours is.
no. So maybe the future
We have
starts
flying
tomorrow.
cars by now.
I mean, we do have Rosies, We do have roses around. Yeah, they're just smaller in circular form,
We'll see if the future begins soon. I doubt it. But... All right, guys. Anything else before we wrap this up today?
I saw Dante Martin had shoulders on the mat this week, but we'll save that for next week.
I saw he's injured.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, when your shoulders hit the mat all the time, you're bound to get injured.
Yeah, Tommy John.
Your shoulders on the mat. What are you getting injured from?
Whew, a lot of stuff.
Too much pressure on the neck?
A lot of stuff, boy. Doing my man wrong. Unlimited potential.
It made no sense that they gave him a manager this week either.
Oh, that was real life girlfriend. So it had to be
okay.
Had to be real life couple versus real life couple.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. See, not aware of that. All right. So him with quote of the week: "When life offers you so many doors, it is up to you which to open and which to close." I need to start closing some doors in my life. So,
you found that one or Steve?
I found that one.
Like, who's getting this many doors? I'm not seeing many doors. I'm seeing some windows.
You got to close them windows too.
It should have been since Nature Boy's last matches tomorrow with a teardrop in my eye.
We'll talk about that next week. I need to talk about that before. We'll see how it turns out to talk about that next week.
Roman, I'm coming for you.
He might be in next week. Might be in memoriam.
All right, guys. With that said, we will catch you next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern for Dumbmarks Podcast episode 98. Watch SummerSlam tonight if you're a WWE mark. Until then, have a good week.